Hello, dear ones, and thank you so much for being here at High Vibe. Thank you for joining me. I am Tamara Jean, your wellness astrologer and soul architect here on High Vibe TV. And this conversation is for September 19th through the 22nd of 2025. The intensity, oh my goodness, the intensity with this, as it almost feels like the pressure cooker is intensifying, right? As the moon is waning more and more, and we are approaching the Virgo new moon, the partial solar eclipse, and the equinox. And then, so it's such a powerful ending and new beginning, right? Just like back to back. And so I have Starway Healing here, and this is smoky quartz. And I love smoky quartz. It's so beneficial in different ways, everything from clearing out negativity, offering protection, and it also is great for the body as far as the lymphatic system is concerned. It actually penetrates that magnetic field of the lymphatic system and helps to start clear energetically and physically. So you could take some tumbled stones of the smoky quartz and placing it over your lymphatic system and laying there for a minimum of 20 minutes, and it will actually start to help to get things flowing through your lymphatic system, which is quite beneficial as the moon's still waning. We're still releasing so much, right? We've got so much coming up collectively, and therefore individually, right? Each going through our own eclipse experience. We've all known how intense it was going to be, but of course living the experience is right, it's different. So there's like the knowing of, and then there's the actual living through it. It's really a frequency corridor that we're going through right now, from like going through refinement and dissolution, reset, balance, and intensity, like in that order. So what I've done as I break everything down for you of the energetic landscape over these next few days is also different frequencies that you can listen to each day, and through those particular, right, most impactful, I'll say, what are astrological transits, human design, and just kind of the overall cosmic landscape and awareness of what we have going on. And that actually the 3-eye atlas, it's now coming into my field of awareness. I mean, I've known about it, but it's just kind of been on the fringe, and now it's I know it's supposed to be closest to Earth, I believe in October, so maybe like mid-October. And so now it's kind of, it's just coming more, kind of tapping in more into my field of awareness. So I might bring through some information there as well into this conversation. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about what we have going on beginning on Friday. So Mercury, of course, just moved and into Libra, and on Thursday, and we have Venus entering Virgo today. And so we really have, you know, now the heart is shifting into the discernment and purification. And so we have relationships, money, right? These kinds of things that are coming into, and I see especially getting expressed through our devotion and through our service. And with Mercury freshly in Libra, it's, you know, more into balance and balanced conversations. And with that Virgo influence, with Venus being in Virgo, it's bringing that clarity aspect. So clarity in love, right? Through love. So in with the energy of Friday the 19th, perhaps tuning into 528 hertz, that miracle tone, right? Solfeggio frequency that really does penetrate deep into our cells and into our DNA, right? It's very healing. So I feel like there's still so much healing that is taking place with all of the energies that are impacting us right now, right? Including all of the solar activity and those geomagnetic storms, how it's really impacting us. So it is continuing with that purification of the heart, where we still have Saturn, Neptune in gate 25. Saturn's leaving gate 25, but we're going to have the Earth join Neptune in gate 25, because the Sun and Earth will be changing. They'll be finishing up where they are now and changing on the 21st with the new moon and eclipse. And I'll talk about that more in a minute. I'm going to kind of go day by day over these next few days, so we can just really concentrate on what is happening each day, because it is such a, I just like hearing, like, it's such a powerful energetic elixir that we're actually receiving into our field, into our physical body, and then of course all of our subtle energy bodies. It is this energetic cosmic elixir that is transmitting through and purifying, refining, getting into the DNA codes, right? And clearing, and this deep level of healing. And as the Sun is finishing in gate 6 of conflict, and, you know, conflict resolution, that there are final lessons, right? In how we approach or navigate truth and truth in relationship. Obviously, that is up in the collective very boldly right now, right? And so that 528 hertz is going to be very helpful. This video in particular, it is embedded with both 417 hertz and 741 hertz, which I do have, well, the 741 in one of the days over the next few days for you. But it'll be good to have the 417 and the 741 if you want to listen to this video in particular, as that 417 will help, right? That is change. And what is the term that I'm looking for? Right, the undoing, unraveling, undoing, because we are detangling so much energetically throughout, like, the entire quantum field, quantum entanglement. There's so much that is detangling, even though it may not appear that way quite yet, right? Or feel that way even quite yet, but it is happening, right, at the higher levels, or in the background, if you will. If we going into Saturday the 20th, we have the Sun is going to start opposing Neptune, and so this is going to be again piercing Neptune's veil. So we're going to want to use 963 hertz, right? That God frequency, that one that assists in connecting to your higher self and connecting to source. It's going to assist in aligning with higher vision, right? And that this is what that opposition is going to bring. There can still be confusion around the dissolution of illusions. What's real, what's not. I mean, there's so many, like, for example, in the collective, right? And what's out in the media right now, social media, what's real, what's not, did this happen? Did that happen? And really it's getting to, right? It's now, at least I know for myself, it's like, I'm observing, but there's still a lot of noise. And to come back into and start really listening to the truth that rings in you, that tones in you. So you can also, during this opposition, receive a lot of mystical downloads. You can get a lot of good information. So there'll be a lot of exposure to false narratives during this time. And so we want to surrender to our own higher guidance. This is why we want to use that 963 hertz tone in connecting with directly to original source, right? And opening to that higher vision. I feel it's really important during this time, to not lose sight of the bigger picture and start, because right, I just had something running through my head. I'm sorry. With the energy, want to pay attention to where our energy is flowing right now and what we're really putting it into. And because that is going to, right, feed that. So we want to stay very focused on the higher vision. So that 963 is going to assist in that connection and being open to in a line with that higher vision. But you want to be anchored, right, in that truth tone that really rings strong and true within you. And then, of course, moving into Sunday, we've got the new moon in Virgo with the partial solar eclipse, and happening at 29 degrees. And so this completion of in the new so it's like right up against it. It is almost like seeing the right crescent moon going one direction and the other direction is kind of how I see it. And so we've got that Virgo cycle, right, of embodiment, purification, and refinement. And of course, the moon is going to oppose Saturn. And so there'll be this eclipse. It's different. It's interesting because for some may feel relief and more of like the reset that you would feel with the new moon. And then others, it can be a bit more harsh. It just kind of depends on where you're at, right? Where you're coming from. If it's more of escapism because of that opposition to Saturn, right? And or like reality, I feel it's beneficial if you do get really in your truth, and then how that expresses or gets expressed into your reality, and not get swept up into especially the media of what all that is stirring in there. There's many hands stirring. There's a lot of good, and then there's a lot of not. It really is such to me very clear of the spiritual war on our consciousness that we have been in, right? And it's just so apparent, almost like, right, the shadow can't even help itself. Like, it's just revealing itself very clearly, being able to see it. And making the sun and moon, making that trine to Pluto, this is a collective code reset with this eclipse and new moon, an evolutionary reset, an order, right? Collective order code reset through this eclipse. So, and it's preparing us to go through that equinox doorway, right? And the sun moves into Libra. And of course, we know we've got Mars moving into Scorpio, right? Which is going to bring that intensity. So we're really at a threshold of that completion. And then the new beginning and rebalance, right, one after the other. And this is when the sun and the earth make their shifts in the current human design transit. So the sun is going to move into gate 46, embodiment of love. So this is going to, and being that the eclipse is in Virgo, right, it's coding that the body is the temple. And the earth shifts into gate 25, and that's that gate of innocence, and where it will join Neptune. So it's going to be grounding, right, in that innocence, in that divine love frequency. And so this is a very potent, I feel, combination in the embodiment process. And so these together, these eclipse codes are love embodied and innocence restored. And so we have this tremendous opportunity. And so this is the 741 hertz, right, for the detoxification, this truth with the sun, moon, trining Pluto, and the 432 hertz, which will assist in that grounding process. You know, that is like balances the left and right hemispheres of the brain. It balances the mind to the body, and it's going to help ground these eclipse codes into the body, as this is where we are, why the journey of embodiment is so important at this time. And it is, been so mental for so very long, allowing the mind to be the master, and always coming from the mind and thinking about everything, and thinking, and rather than connecting with the soul and the body, like, when your body feels that energy. And even if, let's say, your strongest clair is like the knowing, claircognizance, there still be a feeling in the body, in that however, right, your soul and higher self communicate, and the communication, that relay that you experience between energy and the physical, and that is also under under construction during this eclipse doorway is, between the spiritual and the physical realms. So there's been a lot happening, like I said, in the subconscious, in those deeper layers, in the other dimensional planes of existence. A lot of energy and different things taking place, and now making their way through the physical world. And so it's important that you are paying attention to the body and taking care of the body. This is the right, like I said, the body as a temple. This is going to this was long ago really the body honored as such. It is a sacred temple, and kind of a return to that, right? And that's like a big undercurrent of the new health movement that is underway. And so many more people becoming more health conscious and taking care of their bodies and becoming more aware of what you're putting into your body, right? And so on and so forth. So the more that you do that, and you also understand that embodying your knowledge, your wisdom, your truth in the body, your cells, muscles, right? It is going to then become this, right? This innate, like your body knows what to do. And as you learn to embody it, the mind can become clear. You can see more clearly, right? Things come through much clearer, and the communication then from soul through body to mind will be, right? Then it's the directive is coming from the soul and the body, the wisdom that the body holds, clear to the mind, right? And then there's no distortion. So together, the 741 hertz and the 432 hertz clear distortion and anchors these in the codes into the body, into the temple. And then the Monday, the equinox, the 22nd, and Mars moves into Scorpio, right? And the sun moves into Libra. So there's a whole reset happening with justice and balance in relationships, collective balance, right? Code reset, especially as we know equinox is equal day, equal night. So equal light, dark. It will be intensified, of course, Mars moving into Scorpio. It's going to finish that day in gate 50. Thank you all for seeing my post in the community, my correction. But still the underlying message, though, still very valid. But with the equinox and Mars moving into Scorpio, it will express through the 6th line in gate 50. So it's going to be that responsibility of upholding integrity of the tribe and express it with precision. And so I work a lot with in my mentorship containers, is because, and if you've been watching me for a long time now that I've been with David with Future Life High Vibe, frequency and the words, like precision is key. It is necessary. It's important. And so that is going to become even more apparent, more so as we move through, from this point forward. It's going to be very important. And then, of course, Pluto is still, because it changed, right, from gate 41 to gate 60, expressing through that 6th line. So continuing to restructure and break old limitations, because it is that gate 60, the gate of limitation, where it was like for a really long time. And so it's like a revisit. And because if you notice, right, how it's been the health system, right, for over the last 5 years, and breaking that, deconstructing it, and seeing different things now. And of course, obviously, still have ways to go. Now it's really moving into, you can see it through the educational system. And so it's going to continue into the different major systems, right, in our structure, continuing to restructure the codes, right, and the codes of time and order. And so overall to 852 hertz, that's one of, so begin the day of the equinox with 639 hertz. That is harmonizing, and that's going to be harmonizing, helpful with collective balance as well, for yourself, harmonizing relationships, really feeling it is a heart center frequency. And then that 852 hertz, soul realignment. This is a return of order, truth revelation, especially with Mars moving into Scorpio. And so beginning with the 639 and then ending that day with the 852 is going to be beneficial, as so it is, as in taking it each day, a day at a time, as we do restructure around, because as we are up-leveling our level of awareness and consciousness, right, dimensionally, the more you are consciously integrating higher dimensional aspects of your own consciousness, that you do, it is like a fluid awareness, especially with, like, when it comes to the linear time structure, and so it's going to become more fluid as things realign with soul and accessing higher levels, higher dimensional levels of our consciousness. And so we're really walking through this corridor of thresholds. As we go through this process, the eclipse is helping to dissolve false order, and equinox establishing the new harmonic order. So kind of overall what's happening right now, and that your body is the anchor, right? Especially in this reality, right? This is the temple where the codes land. And so this weekend, eclipse and equinox, it's redesigning our inner landscape and coding and order to match that of the upgraded diamond source of creation, diamond consciousness, which is that Christ consciousness streams through that diamond consciousness, and the upgrading of the energetic grid, right, with Earth, with the diamond grid and the dimensional codes, right? That's why we're feeling it so much in the body. We're in constant recalibration, and nervous system. So, your symptoms, you could be very emotional, especially too with that Mars Chiron opposition still. It at the the end of it here, but can be bringing up a lot of things, and a lot of the emotion vacillation can be quite great during this time. You may be fatigued and trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, both, or sleeping. It just depends, right, on where you are at. Not to have heard some people having headaches. Thankfully, I have the newest bracelet series from Mystech. I gave my dragon one to my son. It was time for him to wear it, but I still have my original octave bracelet, but they have a new series out called Schumann Resonance Rising. And but you go through a bracelet for a month, and I have been wearing this actually since before my surgery, because I remember taking it with me to Texas, and it has been extremely helpful. When I normally would have headaches with this level of geomagnetic disruption, I have not. I've had very, very few. I'd say I could definitely less than 5, which is amazing for me. So that their jewelry, they've got necklaces, bracelets, and so on, I do find very effective and supportive. Of course, the frequencies. So that may also be, and also when you are connecting to that higher dimensional awareness, you may get lightheaded, or like, oh, hold on a second, and where you may need to stabilize yourself. That is also increasing. So just kind of day by day, use the frequencies, right? All your tools. And it's a powerful time, really powerful time. And the energy, yes, right? Beginning next week, once Mars moves into Scorpio, for the next, right, several weeks, 6 weeks or so, that it does make things a little sharp, right? And depending on where it's at in your chart as to what area of your life is going to really receive that energy. But where you do need, I feel, truth exposed the most, and anything that's been hidden is going to surface. So individually and collectively, it will be, that's why we want to be looking through our eyes, it is what it is, right? When you are at that level of acceptance is when you can experience true change at the deepest of levels. And that's when too, the clarity really begins to come through. It's like just having all these beautiful planetary bodies, the level of consciousness, and moving into the astrological signs that they are currently in, assisting in being able to yes, maybe very sharp, and we're shifting into through that compassion, through unconditional love. And I think there's a remembrance of like what that really means, unconditional love, because it has been conditioned for so long as like everything else. So let's see, I just almost forgot to have cards here. So we've got the essential oil cards. I feel like frankincense would be like a big one. Oh, I had a couple come out here. We have eucalyptus, which is a reset, oil of reset. It's time to embrace a new way of being, one filled with health and the freedom to create a new reality. So how appropriate is that? And with fennel, fennel is the oil of responsibility. And knowing, right, that shifting your way of thinking to, in your awareness, like, okay, I am the creator of my reality. I'm the star of the show, my own little show. So here's my chance, here's my opportunity to create, right, from a place of clarity, through love, what really brings me joy, and right, and becoming from creating with those pure codes, right? But we have to clear the distortion and the distorted overlays of those codes to really create the change and what it is that you want to experience. The activation of light activation cards wanted to come out for this message. So let's see what it has for us. We've got the Lemurian seed codes. I love that because that is a template that we are aligning with, right? That's half of it. And this is about living with grace as well. And then we have halls of learning. And that is definitely so true. There are great lessons, crystal skull wisdom. And so we are right through that grace, and which is where the North Node is in the current human design transit. And I want you to feel into like the natural grace that does come through you as you tune in to soul, right, through your heart, and be accessing the wisdom of your soul through the portal of your heart, right? And we're learning all these things, especially with that with the moon eclipse, or the new moon eclipse happening, solar eclipse, opposing Saturn, right? Learning and beginning to, I feel, really see clearly, right? And to hold our sovereignty and our autonomy, and be not like, oh, well, I'm just, not going to do anything, or not going to pay attention to something. Like, it's being able to do all of that, but hold, right, your vibration of truth in your center, and that crystal skull wisdom, bringing in that high vibrational energy and that clarity and divine knowing and ancestral realm. So I feel like too that there's both, of course, clearing still all that ancestral coding in our lineage, because we are to be ignited and activated with the source within us, and having that go into our foundation, and that huge karmic release, as well as the wisdom of our ancestors and the protection of our ancestors in assisting in boundaries as well. So big energy over the weekend, over these next few days. And so I am sending you all beautiful blessings and wishes with the new moon eclipse and through the equinox portal. Powerful time. And if you are interested in working with me, like I said, I don't do readings anymore because of the level of work that we really need to be doing now in activating and embodying. So that's where my focus is, in helping people achieve that, especially the embodiment piece and learning the diamond architecture in that entire system, as that is where we are and where we're going. So more information, I'll put the link below to my mentorships. I have different levels, so pretty much can work for you wherever you are at, from beginner to advanced. So make sure you check that out, and I will see you all on the other side of the equinox.